the industry is littered with people trying to rip you off. One thing that pisses me off to the max is companies electing for the Radio guys, giving away this free set of tire deflators. All you have to do to win this is watch the video, find the hidden code word, comment that code word down below, make sure you're subscribed and like the video, and I'll be drawing a winner in 7 days. Enjoy the vid. Is your car, caravan, or even canopy legal? Are you insured and are you even safe? These are all questions that you might have. There's new laws and legislations regarding 12-volt systems in transportable structures. Let's get into it. This video is designed to help as many people as possible and uncover all the BS and all the misinformation on the internet, simplify it so it can actually help and aid people in this process. Let's go through it. And what I'm about to say might shock a few people, and hopefully this video can save you thousands of dollars. Radio, come in. I'm going to explain all the new laws and legislations. Step into the palace. It's going to help you.
No, you don't need energy drink. You're energetic as is.
I need an energy drink.
That's fine.
So I talk faster. G'day guys, I'm Keelan. Actually, why did I do that?
It's because you had a sip of energy drink.
Rightio guys, let's rip into the good stuff. So first of all, I am a fully qualified and licensed electrician, meaning I can talk about this stuff. I am qualified to make this video. Just remember, anyone can buy a camera and have a YouTube account and claim to be a guru or an expert. So just be careful who you listen to. Me personally, I've watched a lot of information on YouTube in the last sort of couple of weeks and on this topic, and people are getting it really, really wrong. So today we're going to cut the bullshit, cut the BS, and break down exactly what you guys need to know. So in this video, I'm going to cover the laws, right? The first thing I'm going to cover is the laws. What it actually states in layman's terms for you guys to help you, but also explain what the professionals are getting wrong, people installing these systems, and how the consumer, the customer that's paying big money for this stuff to be legal and compliant, they're actually going to pay more money and their system's not going to be as efficient as it probably should. I'm going to explain all this in this video. Rightio, let's get into the regulations. So the new regs is from the electrical bible, and that is called the AS 3001. It's the electrician's best friend because it states all the rules and regulations you have to comply with to be complying at a minimal state, meaning that is the minimum requirements. You have to do at least these things in this regulations book, pretty much. So the AS 3001 isn't new. It's been around since the dawn of freaking electricians, pretty much, and I had to study it for many years, so I know it quite well. My whole life actually revolved around it at one point. So yes, it is a very boring and a lot of jargon within that, and you don't personally have to go spend $180 to be down with the new regulations and requirements. So you're probably thinking to yourself, the first one is,
Keelan, does this even apply to me?
Now there's a few things that's going to make it either apply or not apply to you. Ask yourself this question: does your canopy, your four-wheel drive, your caravan, your freaking horse float even have a 15 amp connectable shore power input point into it? So pretty much if you can plug an extension lead into your setup, that means this applies to you. Now that can be a horse float, like I said, that can be a lot of different things. Even like mine site dongers apply to this same thing. If it's got a plug-in point and you got batteries inside it, you have to comply with this new. It isn't a retrospective law. So the update happened in 2022. They gave everyone a 12-month grace period until November 18th, 2023. That's when the rule, the hammer came down on these new rules, and that's when we all had to comply with these rules. So if your canopy, your caravan, your horse float was built before November 18th, 2023, this does not apply to you, but it will in the end, because I will explain where everyone gets this wrong. And that is if you want to add any lithium batteries or change your system at all. I'm going to explain what that means for you and what you have to comply with. Now, there's two sorts of changes in these rules. There's battery changes and there's solar changes. Now I'm going to run through both. Now the laws state you cannot mount any lithium batteries past the 18th of November 2023 in a habitable space. So that means I can't plonk a lithium battery in the middle of this caravan floor, hook it up, and to be honest with you, that's pretty dumb to me. And I don't think I've ever seen a caravan with batteries in inhabitable spaces in the first place. But this new rule is stamping all that out. Plus, you can't only have them in inhabitable spaces. They've got to also be gasketed and vented to ambient air, meaning if they did have thermal runaway, any gases, vapor, it gets sucked to the outside of the van, meaning no gases are going to be in this inside space. Now let's talk about chemistry, battery chemistry. A lot of people think that lithium phosphate, lithium batteries are dangerous in chemistry. Now, people hear about batteries exploding, all that stuff. Batteries do explode, but 99% of the time they are lithium ion batteries. Lithium ion versus lithium phosphate, totally different chemistries, different volatility levels, so different chemistries altogether. I won't get into all that nerdy shit anyway. I'm just saying that the batteries that you most likely have in your caravan, make sure they're lithium phosphate. Most reputable sellers of batteries in Australia are lithium phosphate, but they are 100% safe. Most of the time they have internal BMSs that stop thermal runaway, so they have them cutouts, they have them safeties. That's another thing to look out for when you're selecting batteries, is make sure they've got a BMS, so a battery management system, that has all these safety cutouts to stop thermal runaway. And
righty, I just want to touch on the nerdy side of batteries. Now, lithium ion batteries are utilizing cobalt. Now, lithium phosphate batteries are safer because they have a better covalent bond between the phosphorus and the iron. So there you go, there's some nerdy stuff for you. If that all went over your head, a super simple way to tell if your batteries are lithium phosphate, so that's what you want, they're the safer chemistry, is looking for the LiFePO sign on the battery itself. Most reputable battery brands are selling lithium phosphate batteries, especially for the application of caravans, cars, most 12-volt things for off-grid living. So yeah, you're pretty much safe, but just check. If it has LiFePO on it, it is phosphate chemistry.
let's talk about gasketing. So first of all, under your couch, that is a non-inhabitable space. So you can put your batteries under here. Under the bed is also a non-inhabitable space. You can put your batteries out there. Even better yet, you can put your batteries outside, and none of these laws even really, if your batteries are outside, they're outside. It doesn't matter. As long as they're outside, that is fine. But if they are in the van, it's got to be in a non-inhabitable spaces, gasketed and vented with a minimum vent of 20 millimeters to ambient air. Now, 20 mil is nothing. That's just a coin size. So to comply with these new rules is super, super easy. They're the only battery rules that are in. And like I said at the start, I haven't heard of anyone mounting batteries in the middle of caravans anyway. So nothing new there pretty much. Let's talk about the solar, how you need to comply with your solar system. There's a few good changes here, stuff that I'm really happy about as an electrician, as someone that's worked on systems, fault find, all that good stuff. I'm very happy about this. So let's get into the solar side of things. And then we'll talk about how you can make your system as efficient as possible within these regulations, so you still comply, you're insured and you're legal. So let's get into that. iTech World are having an end of financial year up to 85% off sale, and with our discount code SKT you can make that up to 90%. They're selling everything from bloody solar blankets, solar panels, lithium batteries, and we've even got bloody jump starters coming out the wazoo here. They're bloody red hot. They're going to be some serious bargains, guys, and now is the cheapest and best time to update any of your 12-volt gear. It's going to be the cheapest. Anyway, guys, jump on. It's only while stocks last. Grab a bargain. Rightio, I'm not playing any guessing games with you, but speaking of batteries, they're not underneath the couch, under these cushions right here. They're not under the bed. So you're probably wondering, where the hell are they, Keelan? And I'm going to explain what I've done, where I've put them, why I've done it, what batteries. Selecting the correct batteries is really important as well, and the specs around your batteries. I'm going to speak about that in a minute, but we're on solar now, so let's talk about that. The new regulations state that you need to individually fuse every panel from your roof to a fuse block within the caravan. Now, that's what we've done here. We've got a total of 6 panels on the roof, 6 220-watt panels, giving us about 1.3 something kilowatts, which is really good. But the most important thing is that they're fused individually. Now, the good thing about that, and why I think it's a good thing, is fault finding is an absolute breeze with this. If one panel fails, it'll literally tell me right here the fuse will be popped, and that means I don't have to go up there and do short circuit on every panel to work out what is actually broken or what is shorted out. So it's all here for me. I know exactly which one's which is awesome. So fault finding, it's a breeze. Plus, if we do have a panel die, it's not going to bring down all the other panels that are trying to provide as much power to our system as possible. So they're 2 really good reasons I'm for this legislation change. I really like it.
Another reason why this new rule regarding individually fusing your solar panels is awesome is because you're going to have more conductors feeding less current. So you're splitting the current up over more conductors, and that is the secret to decreasing volt drop. So that is amazing. You're actually going to get better charge from your solar panels because you're going to have less losses through the cable.
So from here, there's another sneaky little change in the law too. So from the fuse paneling here, it states that the whole solar system needs to be be able to be isolated, which means we need to put this on a circuit breaker. That is pretty much what the rules are stating in way more technical jargon than that. So under the bed here, we've got a breaker that allows us to isolate our whole solar system. So the reason that is good, again, fault finding, awesome, because you can turn that off if need be, if you do have system faults. So that's really good. It also makes it way safer. So we do recommend everyone gets a qualified person to work on their system. If I was to work on this system now, I'd just isolate the solar. It would be a lot safer. Now, this is even more the case, isolating your solar if you've seriesed up your panels, because all of a sudden you're not working with 24 volt panels. Your panels are now up to that dangerous voltage. So being able to turn off the isolator, isolate that voltage, that source of power coming into your system before you work on it is a game changer. So I'm all for them changes. That is amazing in my eyes. So the last little change about the solar regulations is that you fuse your output out of your solar controllers, which I've personally done for years. Like I'll talk about in a minute, these requirements are the minimum requirements, meaning if you do all the things per the book, per the new regs, you are conforming at the minimum requirement, meaning you can go above this, you can go well above this if you want to. This is just the minimums to keep everyone in line, to stop the industry turning into a cowboy industry, and to keep people accountable and honest. So that's what this new laws are doing. Like I said, I really like the solar laws. There's no downfall to this. Obviously, there's downfall with the battery side of things because you are having to make pretty much full barricaded off box sections under your couch or your bed that are fully sealed from your van. With tooling, so gasketed down, so no gasket and vapor can get out. That's a really intrusive process to mount your batteries, especially retrospective. So say you wanted to put lithium in your caravan, you'd actually have to start drilling into your caravan, making box sections, gasketing, all this stuff, unless you do it like we've done it. Now let's get into that. This is the most easy, effective, affordable way to upgrade your lithium system, but also comply and have the most efficient system possible. So let's talk about that. Rightio, we got the GoPro out because it's a wider angle. I'm going to run it up and down the van, explain some things, what people are doing with the battery systems, and we're the professionals, the experts. You're paying bulk money to install your systems legally and compliant. What they're doing, the mistakes they're making, and how it can cost you in the long run because your system's not going to be efficient. Now, I'm going to jump straight into the main one, and that is volt drop. Now, where you put your batteries is very, very important. In representation to where you're putting your charging equipment, where your alternator is on your vehicle, all that good stuff. So a lot of popular options these days is the upward cupboard on the back of the van there with all the charging equipment, and then the batteries just under the couch here. That is not too bad. However, you are increasing the length of your cable to your charging system. So from your alternator to the DC to DC charger in your van is a lot longer run. Now you're going to have to run some huge cable to combat against volt drop if you are putting it in a cupboard behind your fridge at the back of the van. That is a very common one. The cable sizing is going to be huge if you want your system to run really, really efficiently. Now, the next one is people are putting them under their couches and then their charging equipment's under the bed. Now, the next issue with that is the run of cable distance from your batteries to your charging equipment is going to be huge, right? And that is a lot where you're going to see your losses and your system's not going to be running efficiently. Now, let's talk about the 23-foot vans, the 22-foot vans, the different layouts. So you're going to have club lounge vans. And if you don't know what a center ensuite club layout looks like, it's the ones with the center ensuite bathroom, the bed at the front of the van, and the club lounge at the back of the van, the big square one. Now, if you were to do the common thing and put your batteries under the couch right at the back of the van on a 22-foot van, you could imagine how long that cable is from the van, back of the van, all the way to your car bonnet. That is a ridiculous run. Again, your system's not going to run efficiently. You see where I'm going with this. This is why it's very important where you place your system. You want the shortest runs of cable possible. So from your batteries to your charging equipment, it needs to be as short as possible. Rightio, I wanted to give you guys a practical simulation to back up my claims with having your batteries at one point and your charging gear at the other point. Say that you have your solar coming into a controller. Let's just have a DC to DC charger to make things really simple. So pretty much you have unregulated power coming into the DC to DC charger. The DC's job is to feed out regulated, safe electricity that your batteries can handle. Say you're doing a bulk charge in the algorithm, you need to have, like, say 14.4 volts in a bulk state to charge your lithium batteries
properly. Now, at the DC to DC charger, it says it's pumping out 14.4 volts. But by the time it actually gets to your lithium batteries that are way too far away, there's losses within that cable and you have volt drop. Now, it's leaving the DC at 14.4 and it's getting to your batteries and it's only at 13.8, 13.7 in some cases, depending on how much current you're trying to force through this cable. So your batteries are never going to be charged, because even in a bulk state, they're only getting 13.7 volts, which is not enough to charge a lithium battery in a bulk algorithm state to fully charge. You just won't ever get there. That is why this is very, very important. And that is where the experts are even getting this wrong, where they're putting their batteries in comparison to where they're putting their charging gear. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because you'll pay the same amount of money for a system that is wired correctly, taking into account all the volt drops, and a system that isn't wired correctly. You're going to pay the same amount. So in the end of the day, the customer is going to lose, and that's why I needed to make this video. And I know the science behind this. I've done the tests myself, and if you are been watching the channel for a long time, you've seen these tests, you've seen us prove this stuff. So anyway, I personally have mounted our batteries to the outside of the van, which is an option on the Urban Caravan. It isn't a popular option on all caravan manufacturers, purely because a lot of caravan manufacturers' batteries can't withstand dust, water, all that stuff that a true off-road caravan in Australia is going to get thrown at. So pretty well, we're going to be going through river crossings, the dustiest roads, all that good stuff. So we've chosen a battery that can withstand that punishment, and that is the iTech orange top reins. The 240X Pros is what we're running. We've got 3 of them and we've mounted them to the chassis. Now, that is just on the other side of the van, just here. And then all of our charging equipment is under our bed, as you've seen before. So literally the run from our battery to all the charging equipment is about that long. It literally comes from the chassis, under the van, punches up under the bed, and that is it. We don't have some stupid long runs. Urban have come up with this idea in conjunction with us, because this is one of the best ways to do it. Now, the next best way to do it is mounting a fully gasketed enclosed battery box underneath your bed. Now, putting all the electrical charging equipment next to this battery box, that is very, very efficient. A lot of people are polarized by this, thinking that is unsafe to sleep on top of lithium phosphate batteries. However, like I said, that is not true. So the next best option, I believe, is putting the batteries underneath the bed. The third best option obviously is under the couch, but again, you've got that longer runner cable. You're going to need to use a lot bigger cable, extra weight, a lot of efficiency losses in that. So that is why I've done certain things. So a lot of caravan manufacturers are putting them sporadically around the van. They're freaking out about these new rules because they have to be in a non-inhabitable space, blah, blah, blah. And it's costing the customer efficiency because their batteries are over here, their charging equipment's over here. So these are all things you've got to think about, because the price that you pay for these vans, these systems, you want them to be like bloody good, and you want them to run right from the get-go. So anyway, like I said, it's super easy. There's a few options there for you guys for your battery systems to be fully compliant, fully legal, vented to the outside, but still super efficient. At the start of the video, I told you what would it be like if I had to upgrade my lithium battery from AGM, put more batteries in, more solar, all that stuff. Now, the unfortunate rule is that you have to comply if you are adding lithium batteries from a manufactured caravan, canopy, or whatever prior to that 18th of November 2023. Unfortunately, that is the case. However, I've got a way that is super, super non-invasive. It's easily the most simple, basic, easy, and affordable way to add lithium into your system. Add extra lithium or whatever, but still be compliant. That is getting a battery box and mounting that to the chassis of your caravan. The reason it's not popular is purely because the companies don't rate their batteries to withstand Australian conditions. And I'm talking dust, I'm talking corrugations, I'm talking submerging in water crossings. So that is the reason why it isn't an option across the board. That is why we choose iTech World products, because they are rated to under bonnet. So you can put them under your bonnet in your full drive. That means they're heat rated, they're also dust rated, and they're also water rated. They submerge these batteries. Yeah, crazy ratings on these batteries. So that is the reason we choose iTech World, and that allows us to do the batteries outside, mount them outside, and not have to worry one bit about them being compliant to these new rules, because they are outside the inhabitable space. So no drilling, no cutting, no worrying about them. The van, it just ticks everyone's boxes no matter what you believe in. So that is the reason we have done that. So iTech's full orange top
X range. That means from everywhere from the 120X all the way up to the 400 amp battery. They're all rated to the same water, dust, heat rating. So pretty much any of those batteries can go on the outside of your van. And like I said, that is incredibly important to us, and that is why we chose that battery. Now, a quick update, it's been about 6 months full-time traveling. This van sat for 2 months after we had it built. That was at my mum and dad's place, but we've been full-time living, touring in it for the last 6 months. Like I said, we've been in a caravan park for 7 days. We've been plugged in, and the system has worked perfectly. The batteries outside have worked perfectly. We've belted the shit out of these things. We put them down crazy corrugated roads, plus they've been in misty, salty, misty air because we've been on the ocean for that long. We haven't seen any corrosion. We haven't even popped the frickin' fuse in this system. It has worked fully mint, and that's a testament to Urban. They've got this 12-volt system dialed in, and yeah, it's been working awesome. That's why I can testify to that. We're about to do the Gib River Road to submerge these batteries. We know they've done it because we've done it in the past on our old vans with the same batteries. So anyway, that is one thing to take into account, selecting the correct battery for the application. And if you do select the right battery, that's going to open up all your options for your battery placement, so you comply with these new regulations and these new laws, which is freaking awesome. Just on another note too, if you do want to upgrade to a lithium system in your caravan, car, canopy, horse float, whatever that may be, iTech World offer an AGM replacement, drop-in replacement system. So pretty much if you buy one of the iTech batteries, you don't have to upgrade any of your charging gear to run that lithium battery safely and effectively. You won't harness that top 5% of the battery, but the savings that you'll have across your whole system and not upgrading your whole system will be thousands and thousands of dollars. It's ridiculous how much you save if you just want to upgrade to lithium and get that higher capacity, no tail off voltage. So in the guts of it, guys, that is pretty much it. But one thing that pisses me off to the max, it literally pisses me off the most, is companies electing for the easiest way to comply with the minimum requirements, meaning it's super easy to put them under the couch, or it's super easy to put them in a cupboard or whatever. I hate the companies that are taking the easy route into keeping compliant, but it's going to cost the customer in the long run and just making it easy for that construction phase. So like I said and talked about the different options you have with battery placements around your caravan, make sure it's going to be efficient for your system. Don't get your batteries out the back, your chargers up the front, big gaps in between. Get everything together in the same location. It's going to increase your efficiency. It might not be the easiest and cheapest thing for the company actually selling you the caravan, the canopy, the car, whatever it is, but it's going to be the best for you. All we want to do with these videos is help you guys. And yeah, that pisses me off when companies take the easy route that's going to cost the customer in the long run. So hopefully I've cleared up a lot of this misinformation that people have regarding these new legislations. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Anyway guys, it is the perfect time right now to buy iTech World gear. They are having a massive end of financial year sale, and with our discount code SKT, you're going to get a bigger discount. It's going to save you a lot of money. Don't wait, it's while stocks last, and like I said, it's before end of financial year. That's when it's ending, so now is the perfect time to do it. You could save thousands right now, so don't miss out on that. Now is the time with SKT discount code. Hopefully this video has made sense to a lot of you guys. I know that a lot of people request my 12-volt videos because I break it down with no bullshit. I'm not scared to offend anyone. And if you do want more information, we do have a full 12-volt playlist on our YouTube channel, so scroll down, find that. We've got everything from the most basic stuff, how to set up a 12-volt system, how to wire things, what not to do, what to do, things that we've learned along the way. So if you are chasing more information, go have a look at that playlist. And if you did enjoy today's video, the only thing we ask you to do is hit that red subscribe button. It's absolutely free to do. It helps us out a lot, and it gives us a really positive sign that this video has helped someone out there. The feedback we've had off these 12-volt videos is absolutely amazing, which makes us feel amazing because it means we are helping as many people as possible and saving you guys money in the long run. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. If you did enjoy today's video, we guarantee you're going to love this next video right here.